Grab a cup of joe, buckle up, and let's embark on a journey of self-discovery, creativity, and entrepreneurship. Let's get rolling.
Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of Rhythm of the Road podcast. First, thank you for an amazing season 1 because this is the last episode in season 1. So thank you for joining me on this journey. Thank you for hanging out for a minute. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for returning. All of those amazing things. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming back. I also want to say a huge shout out to Box 7 Media, who produces this podcast and all of the amazing pieces of content that go with it and are helping to boost and manage and optimize and do all the cool things with the YouTube channel and the space. So if you're watching this on video, that is a byproduct of some amazing folks. I also do this in collaboration with Enticing Media. So if you know Nell over there, shout out to Nell. Thank you. You do amazing work all the time. I really appreciate you guys. Now, what does end of a season mean? Like, what do we even do? Like, you get to the end of 22 episodes on a TV show or 11 or however producers decide that they want to leave you on a cliffhanger or wrap up a whole bunch of things in a nice pretty bow and start with something completely new at the beginning. And I'm not doing any of those. I just want to take a moment to reflect on the last 49 episodes that I've done. And no, I didn't do my math wrong. I've done 48 episodes plus the origin episode or intro episode, which nets out to 49 in case for you math people who are listening and paying very close attention to every word that I am saying. Okay, now we're back. But what I want to say is it doesn't matter what the end of your season looks like and or the beginning of the new one. Sometimes you heard me talk a couple weeks ago about like transition and moving from one thing to the next. And you've heard me talking about change is inevitable. And you've also heard me talk about like sometimes you just need to pivot, and change and transition, they don't even go hand in hand. It just goes from straight pivoting. So you don't even have a chance to transition. Here's one of those moments. We're just going to reflect on the end of season 1. We got some cool new things to start season 2 with episode 50. I have an amazing guest that I'm really excited to have spent some time with. And also we had a wonderful conversation. So I can't wait for you to hear her story and more in depth. So that's the only hint that I'm going to give you. Yes, no spoilers here, no teasers. None of that stuff is going to happen here before episode 50 and the start of season 2. So what have I learned? One, the first thing I learned is something that I talk about all the time, and is as long as you never quit, you're going to win. And let me repeat that. As long as you never quit, you're going to win. You just have the ability then to outlast everyone. And I'm not saying you have to like work harder and you have to be this big guru and have all this hustle and grind and all that. No, you just have to show up every day and be persistent and consistent and stay longer than everyone else. And eventually you will actually outlast everyone. And so that's what I mean by as long as you never quit, you're going to win. And so many people quit right before that winning moment happens, whatever that is. It doesn't matter if it's business success or life success, or you got that job, or something hopped into your lap or into your space that you didn't even know existed 24 hours ago. That stuff happens all the time, but it's because you didn't quit that it showed up. And my whole goal in even starting this podcast was to break down a fear. And I've done that. I've achieved that goal. And the fear was being on video. The first 20 episodes, they didn't even go in audio form on audio platforms until we hit episode 20 or 21, because I legitimately wanted to commit to myself that I could make it through this process and I could set a goal and I could break down this fear of being on video, because it's just not a thing that I really enjoy. And I'm not going to say I love it, but I have less of a fear, I have less of an anxiety, and I don't like stress out every time I need to come into the studio to record an episode now. More than that, it's trying to find the time to make sure, because I don't want any funny memes coming from any video editors You know who you are. But that's all in good fun, and that's what we do, and that's how we do this. And the other thing is people keep telling me, we want to hear your message, we want to hear what you have to say. So here I am saying it, putting this message out here, committing to you, my audience, the listeners, the watchers, every single week. And that's called consistency. Most people can't even do something for 5 weeks in a row. And we're on episode 49. Episode 50 comes out next week. And in 2 more weeks, that will be an entire calendar year worth of weeks of showing up and doing the thing every single week. And sometimes that was painstaking, and sometimes that was being really far ahead, and it was all sorts of learning along the way. All those things helped me develop this ability to just show up and hit the record button. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to talk about 3 minutes before I hop on here. Thank goodness I have created some tools and some opportunities along the way, and have had some friends that would have helped me out and mentored me and given me some suggestions and ideas from people who have 100, 200, 300, 400 podcast episodes under their belt. So I'm still learning. Like, I might be 49 episodes in, but I'm an infant, even though I'm beating many of the odds of the masses and the statistics about podcasters. I've still got so far to go, and I'm not giving it up, and I'm not quitting, and I'm not throwing in the towel anytime soon. So that is yet another commitment I'm going to make to you as the listeners and watchers, that there definitely will be a season 3. So you're stuck with me for at least another 50 or 55 weeks so we can get to that season 3, so that we can make that happen. But I'm going to keep showing up. I'm going to keep doing this every single week. And I want to encourage you, if you haven't reached out yet, or you haven't made a comment, or you haven't left a review, or you haven't hit subscribe on the YouTube channel, do that. The number one thing that you can do to help those that are around you or anything is just take the 3 seconds to push one little button. 80% of people won't even hit the like button or the thumbs up button or anything like that on Facebook. Although they might spend 10 seconds on it, they're not going to take the 2 seconds to actually hit the button and engage. For whatever reason, we'll do a different episode on human psychology and what makes that crazy nonsense happen. However, just know that that's the case. Most people won't even do anything, but they're out there watching. So if you're out there and you're one of those 80%, step out of your comfort zone today and hit the subscribe button on YouTube, or hit the like button or the heart button on something, or go and leave a review. Take 2 minutes out of your life and just share what you've learned, what you like. I don't care if you show what you don't like, because those are opportunities for me to learn too, because I'm learning from those positive comments, but I'm also learning for those folks who like give me thumbs down on my shorts. That's cool. And by shorts, I mean my video shorts on YouTube, in case any one of you was wondering. But I want you to just feel free to do that, right? I'm encouraging you. More than that, I'm daring you to do it, because I want you to get out of your comfort zone, because that's what landed me here 49 episodes later. Getting out of my comfort zone, breaking down that fear, having a goal, committing to it, showing up, being persistent, consistent every single week. And it's made all the difference, and it's bled over into other things in my life. I can be more consistent. I can be like, well, if I can do this over there, then I can definitely do it over here. Or if I can show up on a video every week, what else can I show up to do every week? That doesn't take me a lot of time, and it's not life altering. So all sorts of lessons that I've learned just for myself by just showing up for myself and for you, the audience, every single week, and hopefully delivering us pretty good message. I'm not going to say that they're all, home runs, because we can't hit all the home runs, but if we don't get up to bat, we'll never hit one, right? You're never going to hit that home run. You're never going to get that job. You're never going to get that client. You're never going to get any of those things if you don't keep showing up and you just quit and give up, or you don't even start. So if there's something that you've been thinking about for a day, a week, a year, 10 years, go start it. Stop researching it. Stop going to all the trainings. Stop taking 40 classes online and all these YouTube webinars and free things and free this and webinar this and next big thing that, and just go do something. Because I guarantee you that just the pure mental shift and mindset change to go and do that thing is going to change something in you. And it might not be that that thing becomes successful or it becomes $1 million idea or whatever that means to you. You've changed your mind. And that, I think, is more important. And I know it to be way more powerful than whatever the materialistic thing or the car or the girl or the guy or the business or the whatever it is comes to. So I've learned a few things along the way, and I don't need to sit here and ramble for 30 more minutes about the same kinds of things, because who knows, you might get something else on another episode. But do me a favor, go back through this library. There's a couple of great videos. I've had a few really great guests on here. We're going to continue to do that into season 2, just every few weeks having a guest on to share their story, share where they're at on their road, and maybe some of the obstacles that they're having to face or had to already face, and how they've conquered them. So maybe you can learn something from them that you can go take action today. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you down the road.
Thanks for cruising with me on this episode of Rhythm of the Road. Remember, the journey itself is the destination. Until next time, keep the rhythm flowing, and we'll see you down the road.